Hey, 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 come on in, everybody. How's it going? Happy Tuesday afternoon. It is Kim, Crafting with Kim, and I am in an event again today with Victoria Clark's crafting group, and we're doing a crafter's choice, and it's going to be like an hour long for each presenter. We're going to be starting it off. I'm the one that's starting the ball rolling today for this event, and going until 9 o'clock tonight. So you guys just hang in there and watch it and see all the really cool things. Also, please, if you do not see the little live button up in the corner, whichever corner you're going to look in it from, that means that it is after the fact. And I would like you to please, in the comments, put in hashtag replay. Let me know where you're coming from. I would really appreciate that, so that I know that people are actually being able to see this after replay, after the fact that I'm live. Now, I know that there are several events going on today, that there's actually two different um, groups that are doing fundraisers. So, not that we're competing at all, but we're just here. We're doing our thing and we're enjoying it. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Hi, Nora. It's good afternoon, ladies. Good to have you here. So, like I said, I'm starting this guy off, and I always love working in this group, and I love the idea that we get the hour, Vicki, because a lot of times, you get that 45 minutes, and that extra 15 minutes just really does help for me, even though I sometimes don't even get things done with that. But so I know that anybody's been watching Victoria's group, you've been seeing she's been posting some of the crafters from the other groups that are doing the fundraiser for Kinsley. And to tell you the truth, I kind of was out of the loop on that one. I didn't even see it. I've been so busy with my life, and my day's been chaotic. And even after I get off here, I have to like shut down immediately, run to the VA, which is 30 minutes away, and like ugh, it's just one of those days. Okay, hey Darla, how's it going? I'm just kind of waiting for a couple people to stroll on in here, and then we'll get going on my craft. All right, so as you guys are coming in, like I said, just make sure that you give me some comments. If you're not familiar with me, Crafting with Kim, pretty much if you don't know, I work with clay. Primarily work with clay. A lot of times I add it to other elements, this and that, but primarily I've got a clay, either polymer clay or I do air dry clay. I also have a little clay group. I have my own private clay group where I charge a membership price of only $8 a month, and you can get in there and we do projects together. We can actually interact face to face and have a lot of fun time with that. So I really appreciate it. If you guys want to, check out more about clay, you have any questions or want to learn more, you can get with me on that. I'm having to turn down my volume. I've got my music playing in my earbud, and it started blasting in my ear. So it's like, volumes of this and that going on. Okay, anyway, so I am in the go ahead in Victoria's group, so I'm going to go ahead and start rocking and rolling a little bit. I always say that I'm hoping I'm going to get through a project, but we'll see how far it goes. Hey, Catherine Kelly, how's it going, girl? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hey, Connie, how are you? So yeah, like I said, let me go ahead and explain to you what I'm going to be doing as far as my project goes. I've got dual cameras going on here, guys. Let me tell you, I told a story a while back. I don't know if you guys got it, but I lost my phone jet skiing a couple of weekends ago, and I went through 4 days of hell, literally trying to get it back. And then I got a different service, and I wasn't happy with it. So now I'm switching back, and I'm going through that ordeal. So just been in phone craziness, but I'm on my laptop, so we're good to go. All right, so here we go. What I'm going to be doing is lately, I've been working a lot, doing a lot of figurines. I'm just kind of like doing either little people or little animals, critters, something like that. But I love doing things on other surfaces too, and I love doing things on glass. So I have not done a bowl lately. This volume is just like crazy loud. Hold up, guys. Spotify just does not want to. Okay, there we go. There we go. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing today is I've got a Facebook user here. Let me look at my comments on my other phone here. I've got a cheesy, literally I like a cheesy track phone, and I've got a other phone going on here. So let's see what I got for comments so I can see everybody. Okay, in case I miss anything on my other. Okay, we've got Beverly, we've got Morgan. Hey guys, Daryl. Hey, Krista. Okay, so that's a lot more people on my phone than I'm seeing on my laptop. Okay, all right, guys. So let's do this. Like I said, I'm going to be working with clay on glass today. This is one of these little guys that you find at the Dollar Tree all day long. You can use it for aquariums or or you know, like little terrariums or whatever you want to use it for. I like creating clay surfaces on these. I actually even did a snail with one time. I turned it upside down and made like a globe thing and made a really cool snail that. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing something with clay on here with actual leaves. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get going here. Watching from Zion National Park. How cool is that, Catherine? Oh my gosh, that would be so nice. Oh yes. Oh, hoping the application goes well. Well, we're going to see. I think it will. I've worked with glass before. I've never actually done this, but I ain't scared. You know what they say. All right, let me go. I'm going to put you down on my table so that we can, you guys get a better view, and it just works better for me for my camera setup. You guys got questions, anything? You obviously, you know, you can get with me. I do have my giveaway tool set up, guys. So the last 5 minutes, my alarm's going to go off. And then, oh, you know what? My alarm is not set. I just realized that I have to try to set my alarm because I just switched my phones out. Let me see if I can do that, or just remind myself the last 5 minutes. Sometimes I forget the last 5 minutes. Let's see if I can set that up. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have to look the last 5 minutes, and I'll do my giveaway tool for you guys and put the hashtag word in. I'll give you that. Okay, so here we go. We've got this globe, all right, this glass globe. So what I'm going to do is I went outside. I went picking. Thanks, Lisa. How are you, girlfriends? Good to see you. There's my girl. All right, so I went out picking in my yard, and I tried to find the leaves that I think would fit on this glass globe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these real live leaf impressions on the clay, and I'm going to put them on here. Okay, so the thing about it is, though, is I wanted to find something that would, you know, pretty much cover the surface of it. It doesn't have to be all covered because I'm going to add some little flowers. I got like a little flower punch here that I'm going to add to it. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with these. Now, a couple things, when you roll these, and these, like if you take something live like this, like a plant, obviously you've got your cell walls and all that sort of thing. You can see all your veins and whatnot. You're going to do it on the back side because you're going to get a better image than doing it on the front. Also, too, don't pick them too soon. I picked these in maybe like 30 to 40 minutes before I'm on live now, so that they'll be fresh. If you let them sit too long, number one, they'll get too crunchy, and they might, you know, some of the impression might not show up as well. So I went ahead and picked like a variety of the sizes that I need. They're all going to be a little bit different. I am using the brown polymer clay, by the way, guys. If you're still not familiar with what the clay and polymer clay is all about, this is a white version of it. This is a Hobby Lobby. This is a Michael's brand right here. Okay, this is Michael's right here, Craft Smart. You get that. That's what I usually use. You can use Sculpey. There's different versions and all that, but that's basically polymer clay. It is a baked clay. So, Sunshine, how's it going? Good afternoon to you, darling. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I need to, like, you know, it's going to be like a pattern, like cutting out a pattern, sort of like if you have fabric. I've got to place them so I can try to, I measured, and I think I'm going to be able to get about 6 around here, and they're going to be kind of, you know, mishappen a little bit, but I wanted to make sure, and you can see, obviously, from going from a brick, well, here's my actual brick that I took it from, a brick, to rolling it out. I got it conditioned and rolled and ready to go to make life a little quicker. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Pam. I appreciate that, to make it like it so it's easier for you guys and quicker for the camera. So what I'm going to do first, though, like I said, is I'm just going to take one of these. I'm going to roll it off of my silicone here. I keep this here because of the light reflection, but because I need to cut it out, and I don't want to cut on my silicone mat. So I'm going to roll it, and you can see that little stupid light drives me crazy up there. I try to get that light reflection, but I have a glass top here that I work on. I have to have a non-porous surface. And so anyway, and I know I'm just really anal about that glass. I'm going to try to get at least 2 leaves off each piece. It's going to roll out a little bit, but what you're going to do is basically lay your little leaf down. I thought about rolling a few of these out already, but I thought, well, maybe I'll have time to do them all. And then I'm going to paint the brown clay. Why did I choose brown clay? I chose brown clay basically because I thought it might be nice to have a little bit of that background showing through. I am going to paint these in green tones, but so I just went ahead. And then also consider the inside of your bowl is going to show. So I want the brown clay to be against the inside, and it's going to be green on the outside. All right, so like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and roll this on. Polymer clay is very, how do you say? very soft to the touch. It shows every little thing. So I got to roll that. I rolled one out, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. You get this really fun little impression here. I think you'll be able to see that in the camera. Okay. So I've got that one. You can kind of see that. Now, I probably can't get one on here, but I'm going to go ahead and roll them off. Then I got to cut them out. I'm going to cut these out. Then I'm going to paint them. I'm not going to paint them before they're cut out because I don't want to waste my clay in case I don't need all of that. And I'm probably going to have to re-roll a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one back up here. One thing nice about doing an organic thing like a leaf, that can be, it doesn't have to be like very symmetrical. You know what I mean? So I'm using a new leaf for every time I roll. I've been wanting to cut the silicone with that. I know. Well, honestly, Victoria, I've done that before. That's why live and learn. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I have done that. I forgot that I had it on there, and I was like, dang it, and I sliced my mat. I have another big one too that I used to use, but it's got a lot of writing on it. Anyway, so like I said, if you're going to use more than one of these, I recommend, instead of trying to re-roll this, you can probably roll this just fine. But I like to just use a fresh one because you know, you just never know. I think it's going to be a crisper image on there, and so I'm just going to go ahead and use a new one. Plus, I like a little variation in the leaves too, and I think they'll all fit. Like I said, I just sort of eyeballed it and threw them up there to kind of see. So I'm going to do about 6 of these is what I'm thinking, but I will keep them aside in case I have to do another one. And then I'm going to try this one. This is kind of a big one. Actually, I'm going to go with my smaller ones first. No, I did. I think I put that one up. You were watching. Well, hello there, Miss Robin Johnson Jenkins Waldrop. It's good to have you here, girl. Good to have you. If you're new to me, like I said, you are new to me. I appreciate if you give me a like and a follow. Start my page. I'm working with clay. This is polymer clay. Oh, geez, you know my name's in the way. Let me turn that little brand thing off there so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So that way you guys don't have to worry about seeing my name up in the space there. Next time I'll move it over a little bit more. So yeah, okay, so I know, like I said, there's an event going on. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm cutting it out before. I could have just cut them out before, actually, but I'm just going to pull them all off and then I'll cut them out. 6 to 1, half a dozen, lots of ways to skin a cat, right? Well, I probably shouldn't say that. A lot of people like cats. I'll probably get in trouble. That's an old saying. People know that saying, right? 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do this one. Like I said, after I cut them out, I might have to re-roll. And if I don't have enough space to do the rest of them. Okay. Yeah, it sticks on there pretty good. Yeah, so my day. Good night. It started out, you know, I had to get up and I had to do a video in my clay group, my private clay group, because I did it last night and it wouldn't upload into recorded it and it wouldn't upload into the Facebook page or the group. So I had to get out this morning and do it over again. And then I had to run over and try to work with my darn phone situation, try to turn in my phone and start a new phone and port numbers, and oh my God, what a nightmare that is. Anybody have to go through that crap? Once you get a dang cell phone, it's best to stay with it for the rest of your life. You don't have to mess with all that madness because it's hours sitting, waiting, calls, and all that kind of stuff. All right, so I got that one. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. All right, so get this one. You can't see as much now until you can see the images, guys, but when you really get them painted and you put the, I'm going to put my brown antique medium on these things, even though it's already on brown, that's when all of the little veins and all the cells are going to show up when you do that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I said I'm going to need one more, so I'm probably going to have to roll a little bit more clay. Oh, and, oh, technology is just amazing, isn't it? You know, it is. It's a love-hate relationship. I mean, I love having technology. I love my phone. I do everything on my phone. I must say, I'm very I'm one of those kind of people that would be pretty inept if I didn't have my phone, because between my banking, the social stuff I do on here, videos, everything, you know, I just do it all with my phone, and it's so much. You know, I shop. I mean, who doesn't do all that stuff, right? And so, you know, I'm kind of lost without it. And I'm used to having it all the time. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. Then I can lift all that clay off of there. Probably would have been just as well for me to cut when the leaf is on there, but I can see the outline on these. Like I said, who cares if it's a little bit off? I like these little these leaves. I'm not sure what they are. They look kind of like some sort of potato vine to me, but they're just going to, I like them because they're heart shaped. I've used this leaf shape before, like these big ones. I've made some really cool wall pockets with this leaf shape. All right, so I can go ahead and pull that off. You can see 2 leaves there. Let's see what we got for comments. Miss a lot of comments, guys. I'll kind of go back. I always go back and look at everything. Thank you for working. I'm very interested in your craft. Can't wait to see the finished product. Okay, well, sometimes I get the finished product done on a live. Sometimes I don't. I'm just saying, just, you know, if I don't finish, that's why you need to join my page, because I will post pictures and I'll post them in the groups as well. So right now what I'm doing is, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to transfer these with my little blades. You guys see me do this. I slide this underneath and it just slides right up. It's easier than trying to peel it up because you'll misshape it a little bit. I'm going to put those over here on another non-porous surface because I want to paint them. I don't want to paint them on here and get that all icky. And then I'm going to, then I'll be able to put them on the bowl. I thought about putting on the bowl and painting them, but there's going to be a little space in between where the glass is going to be showing. And I didn't want to get the glass all dirty with my paint because I want the glass to show. I thought about even frosting the glass behind it, but I thought, I'll just kind of leave it like that. If I decide to do anything different to it after I get these leaves and the flowers on, then I'll just do that. Okay, like I said, I'm probably going to have to re-roll. I'm going to put the 5 on there, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need 6. So let me get my comments up here. So Nora just, yes, it just went through the same thing last week. Oh, God, it's a nightmare. Like I said, I'm cringing because I spent 4 days the last time when I lost my phone on the jet ski trip. And then I'm like, am I crazy? But what happened is I switched over to Verizon and they charged me a fortune. The rep told me something different and I got really annoyed and I tried to get it to lower it and they wouldn't lower it. So basically I'm going back to T-Mobile. And I'm like, I didn't really mind T-Mobile. I was having issues with getting the phone activated because I didn't have my account numbers, my port number, and it was just being a nightmare. So I just said, just poo on it. I'll just switch services, but then I don't like it. So when I was in the 30 days, I'm returning the phone that I just bought and I'm going back to my old carrier and hopefully everything will turn out all right. We'll see. All right, see what else we got. I just want to sit and cut the shapes. Talk about technology. I didn't have electric. I know, Lisa, isn't that crazy? Miss Lisa up there, she was out electricity for 5 days. Now, I've been through hurricanes and Hurricane Michaels, and I've seen all that. So I get it. I totally get it. Okay, I'm trying to see my comments here. I need to pull up my cell phone here, too, so I can see this. There I am. Like I said, I see things on my phone that I don't necessarily see in front of me. Those blades, I have a long one like that, and my parallel scraper skimmed my thumb along. I know, you got to be really careful with these. You honestly do. Those tissue blades, I honestly have only cut myself once, and that's when I was cleaning it. I was cleaning it like that, and I went shoot, and it cut across my thumb because I used like the baby wipes to clean it off. But and ever since then, of course, I made extra careful with that. Did I cut that one out already? I did. So, but they're to me, for working with polymer clay especially, they're like indispensable because of the fact of where you can cut with them, you can cut straight down. It doesn't make your clay drag, and then like, you know, lifting things up off of the surface because this clay is sticky, definitely something to have. They're super cheap. Anybody is interested in knowing any of the clay products, you can get on my link tree on my page. It's in the, I've got it pinned. And you can see all the goodies I've been getting from Linktree. Oh, guys, I just got some really cool. I'm going to tell you, I bought some really fun, like little baby molds that are so sweet. I'm going to be doing some like baby fairies and stuff. And I'm not even into fairies, but these things are so cute. I bought some faces and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be doing some really neat things. I just need to have the time. That's my commodity right now is time. Time to do everything I want to do. Anybody else in that not lack of time commodity like me? Following and get set notifications. Those blades. Okay, I'm trying to see other comments that I haven't seen here. But like see you all in a while. Bye, Darla. Like I said, I know I missed a lot of comments, guys. I'm sorry about that. But all right. So I've got the 5 there. I am going to go ahead and do a 6 just because I know I'm going to need it. I'm gonna see if I can kind of just roll this one out and kind of got a inch one out there. You know what? I better not do that because I know it'll be funky. So what I'm gonna do here, guys, I know you can't see this off to the side, but I have a, you know what? Maybe I can do it this way. I have a pasta maker, and I use that. That's what I use to roll these out nice and consistent. Actually, I will. I'm going to roll this on my pasta maker because it'll be the same consistency. Yeah. Just give me a second, guys. It's off to the side here. You guys really can't see it. But, all right, I think I got it. See how nice and fast that goes? All right. If I get one on here. Yay, look at that. Pretty. All right. I don't think I've used this one yet. I think I was pulling them off to the side. I've got two more here. That one feels a little funky. Hold up. You can kind of tell they get a little bit more like softer, like when you roll on it, it makes it a little bit more flimsy. Now, these are pretty paper thin. Of course, if you had a heavier leaf, so like a magnolia leaf or something like that, you're going to get a stronger image. But this, I think this image is going to be just fine. It'll turn out just fine. Let's see, praying for everyone just be fine. Okay, so this is my last one. And then we're going to paint these puppies up. I'm going to put, like I said, you can paint on the raw clay. I am going to paint these with the raw, and then up by the side after I bake them, if I want to add any additional colors, I might go back and zhuzh them. I probably will put my, like I said, my brown aging medium on these because it brings out a lot more of that detail. But I do that after it's fired, after it's baked, because it won't work on the clay. I was a little short there on that corner, but it doesn't matter. I can just form it any way I want. Okay, so bring this over, and then we're going to paint these puppies. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white. I've got some white clay up here, and I'm going to cut out some little punch flowers up here. It's sort of like a magnolia leaf. It's not exactly, but it's like the closest I have without having to hand make one. All right, so now it's time to paint these guys. Once I paint them, then we're going to place them on the jar, on the bowl, and see what we can get this thing to look like. So painting. Okay, I'm using acrylic paints, and we got a little assembly line going on here. I'm going to start out actually with this forest green. I'm going to be a kind of combination painting here. I almost went metallic, guys. I almost thought about doing the metallics. I thought that'd be pretty, but I'm like, I don't know. In my mind, something's not saying metallics on this, although I love metallics. And I almost grabbed out my mica powders too, my clear mica powders. Over here at Amazon, looking at pasta makers, it seems easier than using dowels. You know what? Absolutely, it is to use the pasta maker. I got mine from the Goodwill. You can search around. Sometimes people give them up because they don't like them for pasta. They don't want to work that hard for them. There's that darn light again. I can't avoid it right now, guys. It's got to have the space. Hope that doesn't bother you guys. I know probably nobody's probably paying attention to it but me. God, that thing annoys me. Anyway, so yeah, the pasta makers are really, really handy with working with polymer. It won't work for air dry clay, but for polymer, definitely, because it's consistent. It gets your rolls, and they can get your super, super thin, like little thin sheets of clay that way. All right, I need something to paint with here. What have I got? I'm going to try this one. This little brush here. One thing about painting on the raw clay is if you use a regular brush, sometimes I use a dauber, like a sponge dauber. It gives a little bit more texture. Is you're going to get a little bit of strokes on there, like stroke marks. But I'll be able to work it. You just got to do it lightly. It's very, very soft. Like I said, you can wait if you wanted to, but it's going to be baked on there. One of the reasons I like to do it like this is I like to bake it. I'm just mixing a couple colors here together, guys, and you can't tell because I've got so many colors on this thing. Then I'll kind of zhuzh up my colors, whatever I want. Is because when you put your paint on here, when the clay is raw, and you bake it all together, then of course it's baked in there a little bit better. It's a little bit more, like it's the paint is baked into the clay, so to speak. All right. So like I said, I'm just throwing some color. And I might do a little highlight, something like that on it. I might not even color them the whole way. I just kind of leave them a little bit distressed looking. See if I like this color even. Kind of wanted to put like a little bit of maybe a lighter tone on here too. I'm not sure. You kind of see it. Once I get it on the bowl, I can actually just go and put a little touch highlight color on here too if I want. Now I can maybe see some comments. Pasta makers, anybody else got them? Okay, over Amazon, that's Nora. Pasta makers. What are you laughing about there, Miss Nora? Am I missing something? My hey clientele, hey there, Miss Angie. What am I making? I am doing a bowl. We're going to be putting some leaves. I actually took the leaves from my little yard, not my big yard actually. I took these little leaves off and I rolled impressions in the clay. And now I'm going to be adhering these to a bowl, a glass bowl. And I'm going to add some little flowers to it as well. I like a little bit darker. I think I need a little. So that's what I'm doing. Angie, looks like you guys were having a blast in Myrtle Beach. Are you still in Myrtle Beach? Seeing all the slingshots, man, those things are kind of fun. They are fun. They're hot though. I don't know. In Florida, gee, many Christmas, we didn't have one with a canopy on it. We drove around all weekend and it's so low to the ground and it had an awning, a fairing on the front of it. Good night, that thing was hot. It was just blowing hot air all over us. It's like being in a moving oven. Okay, guys, so we're going with that for now. And then, like I said, I'll probably play with the colors a little bit more and get some highlights and things like that going. But I do want to go ahead and get this put on here. Now, here's the thing. I almost grabbed my heat tool, but I realized it's raw clay on the polymer. I don't want to do that. If it was air dry, it'd be different. I'm going to let these sit. Hopefully they'll dry up. I'm going to go ahead and cut some flowers out. If they're not dry, I will really quickly go over these and try to get this paint to dry, because I don't want to handle it and pick it up without it being somewhat dry. It's not, it's still sticky and it's going to be pliable, but at least the surface will be off of there. So with this, I'm just taking this little guy. These are little fondant cutters, and I'm just going to cut some little white flowers off in here. And let's see what we got here. My problem was that the girl I bought my phone from didn't transfer everything to my. Oh yeah. I cannot tell you the nightmare I've had. I've had so many nightmares. My numbers wouldn't transfer for days. And then actually when I finally got my new phone and got transferred over, the temporary number that they gave me before I ported my old number off was still on my phone. And every time I would text people, some people would get that old number, or they would get my old new number. You know what I mean? Like they would get the temporary number, and it's like, okay, I just give up, honestly. They're such a nightmare. I mean, you need them, but good night, it's such a nightmare. That's what I'm saying. If you ever have a problem with losing your phone, God forbid, it's a pain in the butt. Big time pain in the butt. So right now, I'm just taking these little guys. I'm pressing. You kind of press on these. These are like a little set for fondant. Of course, the polymer clay is a lot like working with fondant. When you do the sheets like this, if you're hand building, it's different. But sure, I got myself in there. I don't even know how many flowers I need in here. I'm just going to cut all these out, and if I need them, I need them. If I don't, I don't. All right, no, you guys can't see that, but I wanted to kind of stay out of my messy area over here with the brown. See what else we got going on. Thank you for sprinkling me, Miss Angelica Wade. I appreciate that. It's so hot, no AC. Yeah, I know, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, girl, I think we're all going through right now. You guys could see underneath my bangs. Good night. My brow is, that's one thing I don't know, will you guys sweat? Where do you sweat at? This is kind of a weird question, but I basically sweat on my head. I don't know what it is. Like my body doesn't roll. My husband will look like he's been in a pool. He gets so drenching wet, sweat everywhere. Pours off of him. Mine just basically it's in my head, my neck. I always feel like really hot. Even with short hair, you guys see me, I pull it back off my face. I've always been like that. But it's like, it's crazy. All right, so I might need some more flowers at some point, but I'm just going to pull these off. One thing about this thing, too, it kind of bugs me is you got to be careful because sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through like it's doing now. Giving me issues. All right, come on. This clay is crazy sticky because it's so hot in here. If you don't want your clay to be so sticky, obviously most people probably work in a cooler environment than what I do, and you can actually get you out there. You can put it in your refrigerator actually, and it'll cool it down a little bit, and it makes it so it's not so sticky. Of course, like I said, you can always use the cornstarch. We'll look up in a second and get comments, guys. Here, I'm just trying to get these things pulled off of here. Dang it. Pain in my butt. All right. I'm probably going to mess it up by doing this. All right. There we go. Just make sure I got to get that one cleared off. There we go. Looks like a puzzle piece kind of, doesn't it? All right. There we go. Now these little pieces, I actually manipulate them. Again, I know that good. I bend up the petals and I put a little center in it and all that stuff to make it a little bit more than what you. I'm not just going to leave it flat like this. Okay, so I've got my flowers cut out. Now let's see if I can pick those painted leaves up yet. I'm gonna go look at my time. I don't have my timer on, but I gotta. Okay, I got about 30-some minutes, 25 minutes, at least before I gotta do my timer, my giveaway tool. All right, let's see, guys. What are we looking at? All right, let's bring this over here and see if we can start putting them on this little guy. Glass and glass everywhere. And glass and glass. There we go. Now, I'm gonna do the leaves first. Get my real leaves out of the way. Put these guys on. Let's just start with one. I thought what I would do, try to figure out how I want to position these things. I think I'm going to start with like one, do the opposite, like one here, maybe like one here. I do want these to sit all the way on the glass. This stuff sticks to the glass when it's baked, so it's good to go. You don't really have to put anything extra on here. That looks cool just with one. Okay. One here, and then I'm going to turn the other one upside down and go like opposite, see how that works. I can always pull them off if I need, but that's kind of the idea I'm going with. So I'm going to turn one maybe like this, maybe. What do you guys think about that? One up, one down, or should I can go one up, one down, or I can do them both like, all like that, which I think is or I thought about doing them all like this with the point coming up on the thing. But I kind of like the one up, one down on it because it gives a little bit extra interest. So, I mean, you guys think you like the one up, one down? I think I like that. I'm answering my own questions, but I would love it for you guys to give me some feedback too, what you think. I do want them to slightly touch because it helps kind of like keep them together a little bit more. They don't have to touch, but, like if anything was to, sort of kind of peel off, which I don't think it will. If this was a drinkable glass, which you guys, I do those sometimes, then I make sure that I cover the entire surface of the glass so that it won't, like it takes a while for it to actually come off though if you did that. But anyway, and hopefully I'll have enough leaves. I might have to do another leaf or two, guys. Just might, we'll see. Because when I did this, I just sort of like counted and kind of held the real leaves up there, and I kind of had a little bit of a space on them, so that might be that I'm going to I kind of wish now that I would have frosted. I could actually frost the inside of this thing if I wanted to. Frosted the background, that would have been cool, huh? Like a frosted colored background. I have frost paint, actually. I could do that still. I could just daub it on the inside and then you can still use it. All right, so let's see, where am I going to place this one? Ooh, this stuff is so sticky, guys. I need some corn. I don't want to use a cornstarch because it's, even though it's, it's a little white, and I'm afraid of getting a little bit of the color on the what you call it, on the paint. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to do, I bet you anything I'm going to have to do at least one more leaf or something. But I got some extra leaves if I need to. I think I won't do all the extra leaves now because of my time frame, but I will get as far as I can with these, and then I'll start putting my flowers on there, and that way you guys can get an idea, and I'll finish it off in the end. But what do you think so far? It's been kind of cool. One up and one down. Yeah, that's what I think too. One up and one down. One up, one down. Who we got here? Sweet Kelly looks very cool. Loving it. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Like I said, I'm making sure that they touch a little bit. And this one's kind of coming up on the lip. It's a little bit, but I like the idea that they're not all the same size too. A little variation. Now, another way that you can kind of look on the inside and see if you can see on the inside how it's brown. That's another reason why I want to use a darker color. I just like the darker color on the inside. Obviously, you can just use white and paint whatever. but I think it gets a little bit more, I like the look of having a darker color on the inside. Yeah, I'm going to be one leaf shy. Pulling these up, I should be using my tissue blade for this. Actually, that's going to come out. Is that going to come out pretty even? Because that's going to be here and there. That's going to be, one's going to be up, one's going to be down because I'm going to have an odd number. It's odd or even number. I've got 6. I'll end up having 7 on this altogether. Okay, so I got to touch them just a little bit. If you didn't have any paint on these things, you could lightly take a piece of paper, and you could burnish, but actually you wouldn't want to do that because you've got your image on there because it would destroy your little cell image, okay? But yeah, I'm going to need one more right in here, but I will add that. And if I have time, I'll add it. If not, I mean, I'll do it after the fact. But I'm going to go ahead and put the flowers on now. I want to show you how I'm doing the flowers. Why are my comments are not rolling up on my thing? What are you? Okay, that's Angelica asked me what I'm making. How are y'all? Love the 2 colors. Yeah, like I said, I'd probably even maybe go back and put some little highlight colors on here. Even after it's baked, I can do that. And yeah, and just maybe like highlight a little bit or something. But so far, it's kind of cool. All right, like I said, it's got one missing there. Like I said, this one's going to be funky because it needs to go up, and that's up. So I'm going to have one that's going to be a little, it's going to be not in the up and down pattern. Okay, so what I want to do with my little flowers here. Where's my small tissue blade? I can't find it. I have a shorty tissue blade too. I don't know where it is. So I'm going to pick one of these up. So what I'm going to do with these is I like to actually take, this is what it looks like when it comes out of that little press. I've got a whole set of these, like different flowers, and my camera. Sometimes it focuses and sometimes it doesn't. All right. So, but what I like to do, make sure that my hands are fairly clean. Your hand on this white stuff. I'm going to use some cornstarch, guys. That way I can manipulate these things. So you take a little bit of cornstarch and you put it on your fingers like that. Very light, not heavy. That way you can handle it a little bit better and it doesn't stick to your hands. What I do at this point is I just like to turn these little petals up and make them look more like a flower. Okay, and just kind of do this number. And then I'm going to put a little center in there. Sometimes I've actually done this too. I will cut these petals in half to make more petals and make it look a little bit, instead of 4 petals, I'll make it look like more than 4 petals. So you can just kind of think about it. You don't have to do it exactly the way it looks in there. You can use your artistic license and do it the way you want. But for now, I'm going to use these 4 petals. I didn't want to split these up, I don't think. Okay. I think it's going to be better if I get it on there. These, I'm just arbitrarily placing them somewhere. Yeah, I don't really know exactly. I'm just kind of winging it wherever I think they look cool. I do want to make sure it's sticking to that glass, and when it's sticking to the clay as well, it's going to help. I mean, with the leaves, definitely going to help it look better. I actually purposely made my my flower petals thicker. I wanted to have a thicker flower than I did on the leaf, just because I wanted them to be a little bit more pronounced. Beautiful. Thank you, darling. Okay, and then I'm going to take I'm just rolling some little pieces of the brown. I'm not even going to paint these white ones. They're going to stay white like this. Although I thought about doing them in a little bit of sheen metallic. We'll see. But I'm just going to put these on here. One thing about when you get too much cornstarch on there is it actually doesn't stick to your fingers. So what I'm going to do, actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. A couple of different ways you can do like little balls, which kind of take forever, honestly. But you could take like a bigger ball like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick it right directly in the center of that piece of clay. See, I got too much cornstarch on my hands now. Got to find that fine line. Find a piece that's sticky. Do it again. When you get too much cornstarch, it doesn't actually want to stick to the clay. The 2 pieces of clay don't want to stick. I mean, they will stick, but you kind of do this number like that. Okay. Then get your little, decorative little groove on. You can do this number. You can just take a little stylus, poke some holes in it. Makes it look a little bit more dimensional. When I do the sunflowers, I do these because it looks like the little seeds. Or you can do like little pieces of roly pieces of the clay and stick them on there. Okay. So anyway, there's a flower, and then there's the what you call it, the leaves. Now I'm just going to go around and do the rest. Oh, here's my little small guy. I'm looking for my small tissue blade. All right, what do you guys think so far? You think it's going to look cool? Like I said, what do you guys think? Should I have left? You guys think that I should have painted or I can still do it. Should I frost the background of this glass, or should I leave it plain? If you think I should frost it, because I can actually frost the inside of it and do that, or should I leave it just clear like that? If you like the frosting idea, frosting, hands up. No, let's do this. Clear, thumbs up, frosting, hearts. If you like it frosted idea, hearts, white, it'd be white, like white background like this. If you like that idea, then let me know, and I'll decide whether I'm going to frost it or not. So yeah, I'm just kind of working them up like that. Does anybody have any questions about the clay? Did I miss something? I know there's been a lot of comments flying that I haven't seen. So if anybody has any questions about the clay, like I said, once again, I'm going to bake all this. This will go in the oven just like this. I'll put it on a cookie sheet, and I'll just throw it in the oven. Craft is so cool. Well, thank you there, Miss Robin. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, clay is my like my fanatical passion. That's why Angie calls me Claytastic, because that's pretty much all I do is clay. I mean, you can see I add it to glass, I think, but I've always got a clay element. To me, it's kind of challenging, and it's just so fun, and it's versatile and all that. So this is coming out just the way I pretty much had it in my mind's eye. That's pretty cool. The only inspiration, I did go on pictures to kind of get me an idea, and I saw one that had a like leaf on a bulb, but it was totally different. And I'm like, oh, I love doing the leaves. I love plants, guys. I love Plant Hound. And I'm just not ready for doing the fall stuff yet. So I thought this would be kind of cool. So what did I get? I didn't see how many hearts and stuff I get for the frosting. I'll have to go back and look at the replay to tell you the truth, because I didn't see how many hearts and thumbs up I was getting for frosting it. Actually, it's not looking too bad keeping it clear. Since I put the white on there, it really made it kind of pop out nice. So, but I don't know. I think the frosted idea in the back. I don't know. I'm torn. Thank you, Nora. Appreciate that. Let's see if I can get this little ball on there. What's kind of nice about the polymer, like I said, it sticks to itself. So the only time you really have to use your polymer, they actually make a little clay, a glue, especially if you're designed for polymer, that you bake it on there, is if you got a little teeny piece of something and you're concerned about it. There we go. It's kind of looking cool, huh? You're concerned about it falling off even after it's baked, then you definitely want to use your little glue, your Sculpey glue, and it looks like a thick, kind of like a tacky glue, and it just glues the clay pieces together, and then you just bake them. It bakes in there. Okay. So I'm gonna put this one about right here. There we go. Hard decision. It does look, I know, like I said, I don't know, clear frosted. I don't know. It actually looks pretty darn good this way. I mean, obviously I'm not going to do anything else to it until I bake it. And then after I bake it, I'll kind of decide, how I want to work it from there. Kind of like pressing these little guys together. All right, give me another little piece of booger of brown clay here. What have I got for time? I got 11 or 20 minutes. I'm doing good, guys. I actually might finish something. I might even have time to re-roll my other piece of guy here and put that on there. I got that much time. It's just really rare for me. Makes you just, yeah, the flowers make it pop. Like I said, the white really does pop nicely against that, against these leaves, don't they? Okay, so there we go. There's that so far. And how many I got? I got 2 more flowers. I'm going to go ahead and put another one over here. And I think, like I said, I'll have time to maybe roll out one more leaf. One more leaf on there. This leaf fit here. That was kind of big. That one's a little bit on the big side. I'm going to turn it up or down. I think I'll kind of turn it up. Maybe this one will be better. Yeah, or this one. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think that's going to be the ticket right there. This one, I'll use this one. Okay. Let me go ahead and put these other flowers on here. And then, if I have enough time, I'll roll that out. So, have you guys been watching some of the other events today? I know, like I said, this is a late afternoon, evening event, but I even Miss Vicky has been posting some of the thing with the fundraiser. And I'm sorry, I like doing fundraisers. I love doing things like that. We got one coming up in another group in January. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be something to do with the Sound of Freedom. Okay, just saying. So the trafficking and all that. So I hope we get a lot of people involved in that. Anyway, so that was my idea, to tell you the truth. I approached them about that. Okay, so there we go. There's the last one I'm going to put on, and then I have to do my other leaf, and I'll probably add maybe one or two more flowers. I don't know. I got one left here. You are the first I've watched. Oh, you okay? All right. Like I said, there's been events. Second, the other groups got some stuff going on today, and like I said, I don't see there's any competition in this thing. I don't know. I wouldn't be in a group if it was like that. I like that we all like support each other, and the fundraisers are part of it. Help each other out, and I think that's awesome. It's beautiful. See, I like leaving the petals a little bit off. They'll be baked on there. They're stuck on there enough, but then you lift them up, and they look really nice when they're lifted off like that. I don't know. Is this going to be in an auction item, or is this going to be something I keep? I don't know yet. We'll see. It's kind of cool. It's actually pretty cool, guys. The thing about it is I've got so many pieces, and you get to a point where you got to let them go. Unfortunately, you just got to let them go. Oh, I watched a little bit of Marcia. Like I said, I was running around all over the darn place this morning, and I was starting to get a little nervous. Vicky, literally, I was sitting in the phone. I was over at T-Mobile waiting for them and waiting. They had like 6 people in front of me, and I had to pee so bad. And I'm like, oh, I got to get this done because I had to get a number. I had to put my darn number over and all this madness. And so I was sitting there waiting for the T-Mobile person to give me my PIN number. And I'm like, okay, I have to leave literally in like 10 minutes because I have to get back and get in front of my camera. So I was sweating it a bit, but I made it. Like I said, as soon as I get off of here, I have to run to Daytona, which is a good 30-minute drive, and my appointment's at 4:30. So I'm going to be like bolting down the road. You guys say a prayer for me if I don't get a ticket, because I'm going to have to do a little speed on. But I can be a few minutes late, through there. Not too much, after like 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, Vicky, look, I get ready to cut it on my mat. See? Lifts off the mat really easy. By the way, you could also put a little cornstarch down on your surface here if you wanted to. The reason I didn't is because this is brown clay, and the cornstarch, a little dusting of cornstarch would show, even though it's on the back, but you would see it on the inside of your glass, your bowl, and I did not want that to show. So that's why I didn't do any cornstarch on this. I left it kind of with a sticky surface. So anyway, yeah, it was just one of those crazy days, and I still didn't. All I did was get my number ported over. I still have to get a phone. I'm working off a track phone and an old phone right now. I've got 2 phones sitting over here, and thank God I can at least get online with each of them. All right, I got to throw some paint color on here. Hopefully I got enough left. Maybe not. Let's see. Get this guy painted up. Okay, 46. I still got a couple minutes, guys. I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I normally do. So, I love being able to, I got my earbud in and I can listen to music while I am hanging out with you guys, even though we can't do it. I'm catching how the 2 colors like that really, I'm catching up on some comments here, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and throw this color on. You guys want to hear me sing? No, you really don't. I'm listening to a little bit of country music right now. Anybody else like country music? What is this? My sweaty husband walking in the door. No shirt on. It's hot, ain't it, babe? It is hot. All right, so I got 1 leaf here. Obviously, you can see it's a little bit wet. Okay, here I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my heat gun on just for a second. Kind of take that off of there. Oh, cool. Excuse me. Okay, the reason that I wouldn't want to put a lot of heat on this, and I'm sorry, I meant to say the GUN word, good night, is because this polymer clay is, you know, it sets up with heat. And I didn't want it to start activating and get too hot so that it would get to where I couldn't move it. It would take a lot to do that. Basically, what you do is you put this in the oven at 275 for, how am I going to do this? I don't know if I'm upside down in this way. It's going to be weird because I've got two upside down. It's going to be upside down or it's going to be right side up. I might go upside down actually because it's right next to each other. I like it that way. I think I'm going to do it upside down. Yeah, you put it at 275 in your oven for like, it says 15 minutes per 1/4 inch, but I always put it in at least 30. I think it bakes a little extra and gives a little bit more durability. You can rebake it over and over again too. If you wanted to bake a little bit and then get it to a certain point and then bake it over again, you want to add some other elements to it. It's pretty cool that way. It's a lot of cool things you can do with this polymer clay. All right, like I said, I got two going up, and then this, I don't know. I just, because I had an uneven number, I guess is what it was. So, but anyway, I don't think too many people are really going to notice that unless you study it. It still looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay. 349. All right, 10 minutes. So I got about 5 minutes before I do my giveaway tool. If you don't know what the giveaway tool is, you're not familiar with that. A lot of you guys are. And by the way, if you are watching me and you have won this month, not last month, but if you've already won, I've got two. I got Catherine Kelly and I got Sherry Thompson Cook for this month. Whenever I go live, I do this giveaway tool. If you guys would sit this one out, I appreciate it, and give somebody else a chance to win because you could actually get your name popped up again. And, you know, it's nice to let everybody else have a chance. But, yeah, so what I do is I run this little giveaway tool on StreamYard, and I give you a hashtag word, and then we see who wins. Usually, I've been having good success with it. Every once in a while, it'll glitch out, and I'll pick a winner from my comments. But generally, I'm good to go with that. I'll probably add a couple more flowers on here, guys, just to add a little bit more pop to it. But that's all the flowers I have for now. As I try to roll some out and cut them up. But yeah, I'll give you guys that hashtag word. Now that's just my little bribery incentive to watch me. I don't come on live a lot like everybody else does. If I get, actually, this week I am going to be on again in another group. They're doing that cruise event. It's like a 4-day cruise event. And I'm going to be in another group doing that on a Thursday. So you guys can join me there. I've got a fun little figurine. It's going to be like one of my little chunky girls, and she's going to be in a bathing suit. So she's going to be fun. I don't even know how I'm going to do it yet. I haven't worked that out. All right, so there we go. So that's pretty much it. I think when I'm going to start right there, because I've said I'll probably add another flower or two and kind of zhuzh it up. And still, I'll go back and look at comments. I haven't decided if I want to do the frosting. I guess maybe I could just try it. I could put a little frosting in a little corner and see how I like it. And I could always take it out if I don't like it. But I kind of like it like this. You guys like it clear? What do you guys think? You like it clear? I don't know. Some of the sweet crafters are having a fundraiser. Yeah, I know exactly. It's a fundraiser going on in a couple other groups. And like I said, I like to do the fundraisers. Are we supposed to keep adding the hashtag? Yes, you'll actually do the hashtag word. I'll give it to you. I haven't given you the word yet. I do that the last 5 minutes to give you guys a chance. I guess what I will do is I'll go ahead and get me like a little piece here. I'll roll this out and get a piece to where I can do this, and the guy can do the hashtag word. I'll have that while I'm giving you guys the hashtag word. Actually, I got 10 minutes. I actually have more time on my hands than I know what to do with now. I'm going to give you the hashtag word. Go ahead and put it in, and maybe we'll run it a little bit earlier than down to the wire. So, like I said, I'm going to give you this word right now. You put it in the comments, and I'll give people a chance to get it in there, and then I'll run my little tool. The hashtag word is hashtag bowl, B-O-W-L. So go ahead and put that in your comments, B-O-W-L, bowl. Hashtag, put your hashtag, your little number symbol. I'll put everybody knows what hashtags. I had somebody put in the word hashtag one time. This poor thing, they didn't realize it was actually that little number symbol. So make sure you put your number symbol in with the word bowl. There's no space in between, by the way. It's just hashtag bowl. Okay, got some darn green on there. And then we'll run that in a couple minutes here. By the way, I'm so sorry. I usually try to mention this earlier, but I got caught up. After me is Rowena Mae Inspired. That's Miss Kelly. And you guys go over and check her out. She's next in the lineup. I said we're going till 10 o'clock tonight, or 9. Well, I guess it'd be 10 by the time Miss our fearless leader, oops, is done. That's Miss Victoria Clark. Yeah, yep. She's in the comments over here. That's her group. So you definitely want to follow the group if you haven't followed the group. If you're just like coming on arbitrarily, make sure you join that free group over there. And she's got a lot of cool things. I like her themes. Well, I know some are Crafter's Choice, but I guess I like her graphics and her things is what I like. All right, so I might do one more. This is clay is a little bit dirty. Hashtag bowl, guys. Get your hashtag word in. All right. Hashtag bowl. There's Rowena Mae. No, Kelly, can I ask you? You've probably said this, several times, and I'm sorry I don't catch you all the time. But is Rowena, was that like your grandmother or your mom or somebody? Because I know your name's Kelly, that inspired you as far as like your crafting and your creativity. Because it says inspired, so I'm just curious about that. Okay, get that hashtag bowl in. We got 6 minutes. Still doing good, guys, on time. I'm gonna do one more flower on this puppy dog, and then I'll switch my camera over and we'll do that hashtag word. Yeah, Rowena and Rena Mae were my grandmothers. Oh, how cool. I thought it was something like that. I really thought, what a nice way to honor them. That is just so precious. I love that. So this one's going to go, this has got a little boogers on the side. If you cut your pieces out and sometimes they got like little boogers, they're not as clean cut, especially with polymer clay, just kind of press them back together. They'll work just fine. I mean, just kind of press it in there and clean it up a little bit. All right. So what do you guys think about this? So you think it's kind of a cool idea? Has anybody ever realized that you could actually put polymer clay on glass like this? Anybody know that? I mean, a lot of people, you've been seeing them doing bottles. I love to do bottles. I've done some I haven't done one in a while. I probably need to do one soon. But the bowls are kind of fun too. You can actually put it on ceramics too. If you had some sort of ceramic item, or get you one of your glass bowls from your pickle jars or whatever, and you can add it onto those, make some really cool stuff too. But yeah, polymer is great for glass. Make it any kind of non-porous surface like this. All right, how many more do I need? Well, I've got 3. I'll probably end up adding those 3 more on there. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, guys, now I do have 5 minutes. I'm going to switch my camera over, and then we're going to run that little hashtag word there. Okay. Hello. If you didn't see me when I first started, now you get to see what I look like. Okay. All right. So hashtag bold. Everybody got that in? All right, I know I don't have a lot of viewers. We were kind of expecting it to be a little bit on the low side because of the other events going on. But like I said, that's why it's important anybody comes back and watches the replays and to see what's going on. That's pretty cool too. All right, so let's go ahead and do the hashtag word. What am I talking about? Not the hashtag word, the giveaway tool. So I'm going to share my screen now. Share that screen. Make sure you got them all in. You still got a couple seconds here to go. Okay, all right, there we go. So far, so good. Cross your fingers, say a prayer. All right, so this is pretty cool. If you've never seen this before, it's kind of fun. All right, now, like I said, if it does not work, I will pick probably like the 5th or 6th person out of my comments that I see on my end. Hopefully, it's going to work just fine. Okay, draw. Woohoo! All right. Okay, Miss Nora, you're the winner. I'm going to put you on my list. All right, Nora, I'm not sure if I have your contact information, Nora Chester, but I'm putting you down here on my list. And so what I need you to do is private message me with your email address, because I will need that to send the Amazon gift card. That's what I do with this. I send an Amazon gift card at the end of every month. So you got to wait till the end of this month, maybe the first week in September, but I will get it to you. And if I have any problems, sometimes with emails or something, I'll contact you. But like I said, just make sure you put all that information in there, and I'll get that to you. So like I said, little bribery. Come follow me if you like what I'm doing. Or at least you might have a chance to win a $5 Amazon gift card. Okay, so I got about 2 minutes left. I'll hold it up this way so you guys can see it a little bit better. So, working it a little bit, I'll put a couple more flowers on here, but all in all, I think it's looking pretty darn cool. Okay. And like I said, if anybody wanted to use glass paint on this before to do your background surface, you can do that. I've done that before with bottles and stuff, okay? But I just kind of left this one clear glass. You guys think it's cool? All right, so Rowena Mae Inspired is after me. I can't remember. I think she's in my comment description as far as like you guys want to go check her out, but I don't remember who's after her. I honestly, like I said, I got to just bolt because I got to get out to the doctor and drive over to the doctor, the VA. I'm getting some physical therapy for my crazy back issues. You love it? You like it, Lisa? Aw, that's cool. I still got 2 minutes, guys. It's kind of a rule of the road here when we do these events, not to get off. We make sure that we stay on all the way up to our time, our designated time, because it kind of messes up the next person in line, even though they come on 2 minutes early. It's kind of an algorithm thing. So we definitely don't want to get off too early. So if anybody's got any extra time, we just kind of babble. All right. You're very surprised. Well, I'm glad. All right, Nora, now you know how it works. And if you are more than welcome, but like I said, I'll be on Thursday. Every time I go live, either on my own, generally in events, when I do it, I mainly just go live in events these days. I don't go on my own too much, but you can join me. Get on my page. If you're on my page, you'll be able to see where I'll go live on Thursday. I think it's Thursday at 1. That's Eastern time. Another group, and I'll be doing my hashtag thing again. Put this one. I think I put it down here. Yep. So let's see. I've got 1 minute left though. Anybody else have anything they wanted to say about clay real quick, or anything under the sun, weather, hot? I'm glad you got your electricity back, Lisa. I know, like I said, I've been through hurricanes. I know it's a nightmare going without electricity forever and a day. All right, guys, my time is up. I got to roll. I love you. Go over and see Miss Kelly at Rowena Mae Inspired, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.